Let me show you my amazing sweet potatoes this year. I found out that sweet potatoes are one of the best crops to grow here in Corsica because there are many problems here in Corsica with exotic species like or devastating insect pests, like for example different kind of ant species which are really very destructive. And also there are lots of diseases here, of course, like in any other region, like mildew, stuff like that. But the sweet potato crop is amazing because it comes from tropical regions, so it's actually used to hot and humid conditions. So whenever conditions get humid here in Corsica, which is not actually very normal, but it can happen like this year, they are not getting ill at all. Like, look at them, they are still very healthy. And we're already mid of September. This is actually a sweet potato crop in Campile. I'm back in my garden at 600 meters of altitude, and it shows us how warm actually those Mediterranean summers are here in the villages. Because this crop really needs a lot of heat, and it got what it wanted. So that's very good. Well, let me show you the sweet potato. Look at this beauty. This is a purple sweet potato, and it's actually a variety called Okinawa, named after the island, the Japanese island of Okinawa. I'm going to show you the inside because it's just stunning. This color comes from compounds called anthocyanins, which are basically secondary plant metabolites or phytonutrients that are also present in blueberries or blackberries, giving them their purple, blue, black color. Those compounds are phenolic compounds or phenols, and they have very high antioxidant activity, and they might even be able to cause epigenetic changes, meaning they can activate or deactivate certain genes. This crop, the sweet potato, was actually a major part of the Okinawan diet because it was one of the few crops that was resistant to cyclones, and the islands of Okinawa are very vulnerable to cyclones, so most normal cereals would be destroyed, while this low crop sweet potato is not really impacted by them at all. And that's why they were the staple food of the Okinawans. And I've seen a survey of what Okinawans ate, and you have to remember, Okinawans, they actually held the title of longest living population in the world. They lost it because child obesity is very high at this moment due to the Americanization of their diet, unfortunately. But back in the days, they ate almost a kilo of sweet potatoes per day per person, which is huge. Why is this such a healthy food? It's a very good source of low glycemic carbohydrates, mostly starch, also some sugar. Low glycemic index means it gets absorbed relatively slowly in your bloodstream, in contrast to, for example, soda or fruity or sugary foods, whatever. So this is a very good energy source. It gives you plenty of energy. I believe that we humans, we are actually doing very well on carbs, on starch, on slow starches. It can be very beneficial for our health. And besides that, it's because it's a vegetable. This is not a cereal; it's a vegetable. It is extremely rich in vitamin C, vitamin A, vitamin E. For example, I can't recall the exact numbers, but I know there are very, very high levels of them in this tuber. Also very rich in potassium, good for blood pressure, and as I mentioned before, anthocyanins, those antioxidant molecules. And there are actually, I think, tens or maybe even hundreds of different versions of them, so not all of them get absorbed in our digestive system. Some of them do, some of them don't. Some of them actually are converted into other metabolites, and of course very rich in fibers, which is also great for your microbiome. So yeah, just a small update. I think this is the crop of the future here for Corsica because it's resistant to most of the dominant problems in terms of disease and insects problems. And it's actually a very easy crop because you can store it for months and months and months. It grows very easy. You just need water in this Mediterranean context because it's a tropical crop. That's it.